How long does it take each Doctor to speak and say their first line in Doctor Who? This thought randomly popped into my head a few days ago, and I was astonished to find out that no one had measured this pointless statistic before. So in the name of science, I sat down with stopwatch in hand to find out which Doctor took the longest to say their first words. My name's Ruby, aka Hoobie Jones, that's Petrol the Dalek, and in this video we'll be ranking all the TV Doctors by how long it takes them to speak after their regenerations. First up, like any scientific experiment, we must lay down some ground rules. The first is that we're going by screen time here, and starting the timer the second that the regeneration has finished. In the absence of a regeneration scene, we're just going from the start of the episode where said Doctor makes their debut, while also excluding the length of episode openings and end credits from these times to make it as fair as possible. Also, we are not counting mumbles, we're not counting groans, ums and ahs, we are counting definite words. We've got a lot to get through in this video, so I've tried to keep each entry as brief and concise as possible. Starting off with the Doctor who speaks the quickest after their regeneration, in 17th place we have David Tennant's 10th Doctor. The first regeneration of NuWho plays out very quickly, with just 3 seconds between the end of his transformation and his first word of hello. In 16th place we have, ironically, the 14th Doctor, played by David Tennant. The next few Doctors' times were so close together that I had to go right down to the millisecond to get it right, as David Tennant's short-lived 14th Doctor took just 5 seconds and 32 milliseconds to speak post-regeneration. Directly above him in 15th place we have the 6th Doctor, played by Colin Baker, who takes just 5 seconds and 70 milliseconds to say his first line at the end of the Caves of Androzani. I must say that his first line totally sums up his Doctor with that expecting someone else. The next place on this list is somewhat controversial, as herein lies the most recent regeneration from Ncuti Gatwa to Billie Piper. At the time of filming we still don't know if Billie Piper is the Doctor, but seeing as the Doctor regenerates into her, I feel like it's only right to include Billie Piper in the list. So for completionist's sake, in 14th place we have the Billie Piper Doctor, who takes just 6 seconds and 33 milliseconds to come out with that oh hello line that pretty much broke the fanbase. Directly above her we have a bit of a complex one with the bi-generation of David Tennant into Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor in 13th place. Ncuti takes just 6 seconds and 54 milliseconds to say his first line. I wasn't sure exactly where to start the clock here, but I decided to start as soon as you see Ncuti's head appear out the side of David Tennant's, leading to this short time before he says his first line of no way. In 12th place we have Matt Smith's 11th Doctor, who takes just 7 seconds to say his first line once his regeneration has concluded. Just above him at 11th place we have Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor, who waits 15 seconds before speaking his first words. It seems to be a NuWho trend of Doctors' first words being something to do with their new bodies, as Capaldi's first word and line is simply just kidneys. We're now at another complicated spot in the list, as this one is hard to figure out exactly where the Doctor starts speaking. In 10th place we've got Tom Baker's 4th Doctor, who takes 16 seconds to say his first line in Robot. Now what's confusing in this scene is as the Brigadier picks up the phone to call for a Doctor, you can hear Tom Baker start to mumble and speak in the background. But for the sake of this list, his first fully audible word comes at 16 seconds in when he says Inhuman History. In 9th spot we have Tom Baker's successor, 5th Doctor Peter Davison, who takes 20 seconds to speak. Again somewhat controversial, as his first word is technically I, so I wasn't sure whether that this was just a letter or whether it was a mumble. But I googled it, and according to Google, I is both a letter and a word in this context, meaning he lands this time on the list. In 8th place we have the 13th Doctor, portrayed by Jodie Whittaker, who takes 38 seconds to say her first line of oh brilliant. I will say that this moment where the 12th Doctor's ring falls off Jodie's hand is a great bit of visual storytelling that signals to the audience we are in a totally new era. In 7th place we have the 2nd Doctor, Patrick Troughton, who takes 1 minute and 19 seconds to speak. As this was the first ever regeneration, I was really surprised by this one, as I remember it taking a lot longer in the Power of the Daleks animation, but no, he says stop 1 minute and 19 seconds into the episode. Coming in at number 6, we have the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, who takes 2 minutes and 2 seconds to speak. His first line is the rather delirious "Oh no, Mel," as he's waking up in the Rani's lab in Time and the Rani. Now, before we get into the top 5, if you're enjoying this pointless bit of fun so far and want to support me and the channel, then Whoobie Jones also has a Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/WhoobieJones to get your name in the credits of all future videos like this one. Right, we're into the top 5. In 5th place, we have Paul McGann, who takes 2 minutes and 59 seconds to come out with his famous "Who am I" line. This one again, it was difficult to place exactly where to start counting, as in this regeneration scene where Sylvester yawns into Paul McGann, it's very hard to pinpoint the exact moment where the sequence ends. In 4th place, we have Christopher Eccleston, who takes 4 minutes and 44 seconds to say his first line of "Run." We've got an absence of a proper place to start counting here, so I just went with the beginning of the episode Rose. Some of you will say that I should start counting during the War Doctor's regeneration in the Day of the Doctor, but that regeneration technically never finishes on screen, so I didn't include it as the starting point for his Doctor. In 3rd place, we have the War Doctor John Hurt, who takes 8 minutes and 6 seconds to speak. In my video about which Doctor was the most human, a lot of you thought I should have included the War Doctor in that list, so I'm making up for that here. Again, where do you start counting with this one? Night of the Doctor finishes the second the regeneration is done, so I started counting at the start of the Day of the Doctor, concluding when he says his first line, "Soldier, I need your gun," 8 minutes and 6 seconds in. In 2nd place, we have the 3rd Doctor, John Pertwee, who takes an astonishingly long 11 minutes and 15 seconds to say his first line in Spearhead from Space. It's after the 11-minute mark that he requests his shoes when he's lying in the hospital bed. And finally, in 1st place, we have the OG, the first on-screen Doctor, William Hartnell, topping this list with a time of 11 minutes and 35 seconds. Now again, we've got an absence of a regeneration here, so we've just got to go by the time it takes him to speak in episode 1 of An Unearthly Child. As the story isn't told from his perspective, we have to wait 11.5 minutes before he accosts Ian and Barbara with that "What are you doing here" line. And there you have it, a pointless and exhaustingly amateur study into how long it takes each Doctor to say their first word. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and a comment below. I must also give a huge shout out to Mr. TARDIS, whose excellent video "When did every Doctor touch grass?" inspired the creation of this one. Check that video out if you've not already seen it, it's one of the best things on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Whoobie Jones YouTube channel.